So you were helping get features on a bunch of Rap-A-Lot albums. Your dad told you to go out and find artists with a buzz.
Yeah.
Who'd you find?
Drake.
That was the first artist you found?
That was my, yep. That was my first artist that I went out to look for. I was, like, I knew, like, I came across all the artists. I came across Soulja Boy before. I came across, like, that was when, like, everybody was, like, popping. That part of, like, a rock star group, like, I came across a lot of people. But Drake was something that, you know, when I heard, I was like, I get it.
Okay, so you're in Houston, Drake is in Canada.
Yeah.
How did you come across Drake?
Myspace. I'm the internet man. I know how to get on there and find what I like. And I came across his page and I was like, what the fuck? And I looked like Toronto. I think that was like the first time I ever even heard of Toronto, Canada. Honestly, I was like, Toronto, where the hell is that at? I was like, he's dope. So I sent him a message and he responded. So.
Okay, so you found Drake on MySpace.
It was brand new. It was, I think, a comeback season mixtape, and he had a video, Replacement Girl, him and Trey Songz. That's where I was like, okay.
Okay. Well, I had heard a story, yeah, because I guess Trey initially hooked up with Drake, and I guess Trey Songz wanted to sign him, but it never worked out.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Okay, all right.
He should have.
That's what I heard, but that may or may not be true. So, but obviously they're working together because they had a song together, and
Yeah.
Trey was already kind of, you know, not where he is right now, but he was already up there.
Yeah, I believe Trace was an established artist then. So.
Yeah, exactly. So you heard these songs on Drake's MySpace page, you reached out, and then what happened?
I reached out to him. I told him, you know, I gave him an introduction to who I was, and of course he heard, you know, Rap-A-Lot and everything. So, you know, that's how our conversation really got past of, you know, talking to somebody you really don't know. So we talked, and I told him, I was like, yo, I like your music. And he was like, okay. I was like, I'm gonna make you famous. He was like, I hear that a lot, bro. He was like, but if you can, cool. Like, you know, he was very just like, okay, cool. I was like, no, like, seriously, I got this. He was like, all right. So we just stayed in contact, and I was sending him beats that he wasn't supposed to have at that time. And he was rapping over it, and I would just put it out there, send it to people like Wayne and everything. And, you know, at first, no one accepted it. I told my dad, like, yo, I found somebody that has a buzz, I feel like, and it's hot. Like, let me hear it. I played it for him. He didn't get it. He was like, what's all this singing he doing on this music? I was like, this is gonna be the new thing. He was like, maybe, you know, do something else with it, basically. I was like, okay. But like I said, I'm persistent, man. When I believe in something, I go for it.
Well, you had said in a previous interview that when you first played Drake for Wayne, Wayne thought that it sucked.
Yeah, I sent it to him. He told me, I was like, yo, I got an artist, I need your help. You know, blah, blah, blah. He was like, send it to me. I sent it to him. I waited like a week. I hit him every day. You heard it. He finally hit me back. I was like, yo, bro, he sucked. Don't ever play this shit for me again. I was like, and that's the time, like I really like looked up to Wayne. You know what I'm saying? He was like my brother. Like we were kicking it hard. So, and he was such at his peak of his career. Like he was getting up there. So I kind of like, okay, but it didn't stop me though.
Okay. Now, after that, there was a situation where you were in the car with Wayne where you started playing him Drake again. Talk about that.
That was, I had booked Wayne out here for a New Year's party. And he came out here, did his New Year's party, and the next day was like an off day. I think it was New Year's Day. And he was like, hey, bro, take me down to the jeweler. It's my jeweler on West Tom and Emmett. So we got in the car. So, of course, I'm always thinking of some type of business move or whatever. I'm like, you know, I always was taught to capitalize on the opportunity. I'm like, you know what? I got him in my car. I'm about to play some Drake. So we riding, I'm playing shit, you know, I'm jamming, you know, I'm looking at him, and I see him over there like, you know, bobbing his head. I'm like, okay. So I played the next song. He was like, who is this? I was like, oh, that's that nigga Drake that you told me you didn't like. He was like, oh, all right. So I started playing stuff. I played the next song, was Brand New, which was a song Drake was singing on. So I played it. He was like, who is this? I was like, that's Drake. He sing too. He's like, he sing? I was like, yeah. I was like, he act too. He's like, oh, okay. I played him another rap song. It was to a beat that he wasn't supposed to have, but it was one of Wayne beats. So I played it, and he was like, he didn't even ask, like, how you get the beat? But he just listened to what he was saying. He was like, he's good. He's like, where he at? I was like, he's in Toronto. He was like, Toronto? I was like, yeah, Canada. It was like, oh, it was like, I was like, man, I can get him here ASAP. Like, I need y'all to meet. He was like, I'm about to call him right now. So I called him. At that time, Drake was sitting in a barber chair, getting a haircut. He was like, hey, Jas, I'm gonna call you right back. I'm getting a haircut. I said, hold up 1 second. I said, somebody wanna holler at you. I gave him the phone, and he was like, yo, what's up? And Wayne was like, yo. Drake was like, who is this? He was like, it's Weezy. Drake kind of like paused, you know, like I'm pretty sure he looked at his phone like, is this like for real? And he was like, yo, I'm about to get the phone back to my brother Jas. He gonna set it up. So I got back on the phone. I was like, yo, what's up? He was like, was that Wayne? I was like, yeah, it was Wayne. He was like, what's up? I was like, send me your information. I'm gonna fly you out here tonight. But we couldn't. It was already late, and so I flew him out the next morning to Houston, and you know, I introduced him to Wayne, and Wayne kind of was like, you know, he always had this funny way. Like, he didn't really speak to him. He came on the bus kind of like, so Drake was like, does he like me? I was like, yeah, he's just him. You know, he's just cool. So that night we drove on a bus to Atlanta, and that night we went in the studio. That's where we cut the first Forever, Stunt Hard, and another song I can't think of. And about 2 weeks later, them songs leaked, and that was that.
Okay, so you put Wayne and Drake in the studio together. They record, you know, a few songs.
Mm-hmm. The original Forever and Stunt Hard, that's when we got Eminem and Kanye on it after.
Oh, that song.
Yeah.
Ah,
it was the original
okay.
one. It was Wayne, Drake, and Kid.
Right. Kid got taken off at one point.
Yeah, he got taken off, and then that's when we put Eminem and Kanye.
Right. Kind of a pretty fair trade there, if you ask me. So they're recording songs together. Now, is Drake signed to you at this point?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. This is all some homie shit that's happening.
Yeah, it's all, let's grind. Let's make it happen.
Okay. So at what point did the business start to come in the picture?
Just after we knew we were going to work together. We just had to figure out how we want to put everybody together. You know, I knew I always was going to be down with them. I just didn't know what partners that we were going to have, because everyone was still on that, let's figure it out. But then once they start seeing like, yo, he's really good now. Okay, now let's really figure it out then.
Okay. So then he signs to your label.
He signs to, how did this start? Man, there's so much into this. He signs to Expire, which was the management group.
Your management group.
Yeah. And then we did the deal with everybody else.
Okay, so he signs to your management group, and then he signs to Young Money, Cash Money?
Right.
At no point did you try to bring it back to your dad and be like, yo, Dad, like, rap a lot, Drake, like, yo, like, there's songs now, etc. Like,
no, because we sat down with everybody. We had, agreements. And at that time, Wayne was on fire. He was on a roll. Like, it wasn't a bad look. So, why not?
Okay.
It was a smart business move, I feel like.
Well, and having that Wayne co-sign took it to a whole different place.
Yeah, it put a spotlight on it. Like, who is this new kid? And once you heard him, you're like, okay. And, they was like, oh, he sound like Wayne. He You know, that's what I was kind of compare first. He sounds like Wayne, but nah, it wasn't that.
Well, I remember Wayne even saying early on that he thinks Drake is a bigger star than him already.
He is. It's the truth.
Yeah, I would agree.
I mean, numbers, it is what it is now.
It is what it is. Okay, so then the Cash Money deal came together.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, what started to happen?
We started working on So Far Gone. I mean, we always was working on it because that's when Wayne was on tour and we were just, on a bus riding. And, we go to every city and we, work on the So Far Gone album in the hotel room.
Okay. And Best I Ever Had was on the So Far Gone album,
Yes.
right? Songs were leaking and so forth, but to, at least to me, when I heard that, because I've been hearing the name a little bit, but when I heard that song, I'm like, oh, okay, it's
Now,
about
I
to be
remember
out of
when
here.
he recorded that song and he sent, I believe I was home in Houston and he hit me like, yo, I got a song. I don't think he really liked the song again. I don't think it even was going to even go on there, honestly. And he sent me a voice note. I was like, whoa. I was like, that's the one. And I just knew like that song was the one. And shit, it was the one.
How did Kanye end up hooking up for the video? Because Kanye directed the video, right?
You know what? I think through G. I think through G, because G was managing Kanye and everything. So that's how that all developed. And G was, part of management. G Roberson. So.
Okay. After Best I Ever Had came out, what happened?
Shit, that's when it was time to change our lives. I stopped school, I got on the road. It was, it was time to put the play together. It was like, okay, we have everybody's ears now. Now let's make it happen.
Right. And I think like, I don't know when this was, but I remember Drake was on stage and he brought you on stage to wish you a happy birthday, and then he gave you a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
He gave you a Lamborghini afterwards.
Yeah. That was when was that? Was it my birthday? Yeah, it was my birthday. Yeah. We had it was the Houston show. I think it was the last show. It was the Houston show, and he surprised me with the Lambo. Before that, I helped him with a Maybach, so it was kind of like, okay.
Oh, that's what that was. It was a little.
So we got him a nice 62 Maybach, made that happen.
Okay. So what changed in your life once Drake started going through the roof?
It changed my life. It was just time for me to get to work. Like I had what I asked for. It was just see how it played out. I always was a cool, calm kid. It just now it's time. Like, okay, I got something I like. I got something that people want to hear. I don't want to. I always was the type that people were like, oh, you in this position because of your dad, or you this. Some of that is true, but my dad showed us a way and gave us the opportunity to do all of this. Now it just takes us to do it, and I did it.
Well, how does it feel, with as much success as Jas Prince has had in the music industry, your artist has actually surpassed all the artists on Rap A Lot. I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, do you ever kind of, give your dad a hard time over that?
Nah, because at the end of the day, that's my partner. So we in it together. Like, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. So, it's just a legacy that I just continue to grow. Rap A Lot now, young empire. So it's nothing to be like, ha, ha, ha. It's like, all right, let's keep it moving. What's next? Tone.
Well, I say that because, parents want their kids to do better than them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's happy. He's happy, but, we work together. I don't do nothing without my dad, so.
Gucci's absolutely the boogeyman of hip hop. Like, it's just certain individuals, you just know that at any given moment, it could go left.
Right.
Gucci's one of them. T.I. is one of them. I told y'all that before. I don't know why y'all keep acting like T.I. ain't Gucci level crazy. Maybe
T.I. is Gucci level crazy.
Gucci might be T.I. level crazy.
You mean to tell me that if I walked up to your mother right in front of you and shot her in the face, and then I left the country and you can't get to me, you wouldn't tell the police?
Hell no, where your mama stay at?